Why Reacher Season 2 won't follow the second Jack Reacher novel. Reacher Season 1, an adaptation of author Lee Child's novel Killing Floor, was quite a hit among viewers. Starring actor Alan Ritchson in the titular role of Jack Reacher, the Amazon series was spread across 8 episodes and was positively received by many ardent readers of the Lee novels. The season's successful run gave the show streaming figures that placed it in the global all-time top 5 list of Amazon television productions. Given this, it was only a matter of time before Amazon announced a second season of the series. Fans eager to see Reacher's adventures on the screen once again were highly taken up by the announcement. Despite the buzz about the new season, the news that Reacher Season 2 would not follow the chronological order of the Lee Child novels was met with some contention. Fans of the story were left with questions regarding whether the narrative could comprehensively continue, given the jump of 10 whole books. However, here are some reasons why it makes sense for Reacher Season 2 not to follow the second Jack Reacher novel. Reacher Season 1 followed the titular character's journey to clear his name from a murder he was falsely accused of after arriving in Margrave, Georgia. Having been a major creating the U.S. Army 110th MP Special Investigation Unit in his past life, Reacher uses these skills in his quest for the truth. In unraveling the truth, viewers were given some insight into Reacher's backstory. However, the insight was limited, and a substantial amount of Reacher's background was left in the dark at the conclusion of Season 1. Despite viewers expecting the second series to follow the events of the second Lee Child novel, Die Trying, showrunner Nick Santora hinted early on that the series may not follow the chronological order of the books. Talking to TVLine in February 2022 about the possibility of adapting any of Child's novels, Santora said, "As per the original text, Lee Child uses several books to concretely flesh out Jack Reacher's origin story. In each of the author's books, readers are introduced to more and more characters who form a part of Reacher's history. Given this, if the series followed the novel's chronological order, it would have taken numerous seasons for the show's creative team to reveal Reacher's background to viewers. Jumping to Book 11 allows the show to establish Reacher's backstory early on and bring in characters whom viewers would have otherwise seen much later. Given that some of the major questions that viewers were left with at the end of Season 1 have to do with Reacher's military training, the decision to skip ahead may bring some much anticipated answers. Possible freedom for the adaptation making the leap may also allow Season 2 of the show to have more creative freedom. Given that Season 1 of the show followed the first Lee Child novel and stayed faithful to the source text, for the most part, the creative team is allowed a bit more freedom if they break away from the chronological order of the books. Reacher is a character shaped by his past greatly, with events and characters from his history factoring significantly into how he handles present-day situations. The decision to divert and not follow the second book allows the series space to introduce certain characters to its viewers without sticking to the script already provided by the source texts. Allowing more creative freedom also works to add more mystery and excitement to the show, as viewers will not be completely aware of what awaits them. When Reacher Season 1 premiered on Amazon Prime, it introduced fans to a faithful adaptation of the first Jack Reacher novel, Killing Floor, written by Lee Child. Alan Ritchson's portrayal of the towering, no-nonsense drifter-turned-investigator immediately resonated with viewers, earning praise for staying true to the tone and core characteristics of Child's original works. As the second season approaches, many fans might naturally assume that the series would proceed in the same fashion, adapting the second novel in the series, Die Trying. However, it's been confirmed that Reacher Season 2 will not follow this expected path. Instead, the show will skip ahead to the 11th novel in the series, Bad Luck and Trouble. But why this decision to stray from the order of the books? A shift in tone and scale, one of the main reasons for bypassing Die Trying, likely stems from the significant difference in tone and scale between the first and second books. Die Trying involves Reacher becoming inadvertently embroiled in a hostage situation when a woman is kidnapped off the street. The novel escalates into a political thriller involving extremist militia groups, government negotiations, and a large-scale siege. While it remains an exciting and action-packed novel, it veers into more complex geopolitical territory, which may not align with the grounded, town-focused mystery that resonated so strongly with viewers in Season 1. By contrast, Bad Luck and Trouble feels more consistent with the spirit of Killing Floor. In this book, Reacher reunites with members of his old army unit after discovering that one of their comrades has been killed under suspicious circumstances. The story centers on a tight-knit group of former military operatives seeking justice for one of their own, allowing Reacher's past as a military investigator to come to the forefront. This return to his military roots and the theme of camaraderie creates an emotional anchor, offering depth while still delivering the intense action and tension that fans have come to expect. Building Reacher's backstory, another important factor in the decision to skip ahead, is the opportunity to delve deeper into Reacher's backstory. Season 1 introduced us to Reacher as a loner, someone drifting from town to town with no ties to anyone or anything. While this archetype makes him a compelling and mysterious figure, it also leaves room to explore his past connections and motivations. In Bad Luck and Trouble, Reacher reconnects with the closest thing he has to a family, his former military colleagues. This presents a unique opportunity for the show to humanize him further, allowing viewers to see a more vulnerable side of the character as he navigates relationships that he's largely avoided since leaving the military. Additionally, by skipping Die Trying in favor of Bad Luck and Trouble, the series avoids potentially rehashing the trope of Reacher being in the wrong place at the wrong time, which drove the first book's plot. Instead, the stakes in Bad Luck and Trouble are more personal. The decision to highlight his military past also adds to the sense of history and mystery surrounding Reacher, giving fans a reason to invest in his character beyond his wandering, solitary persona. A more expansive plot, Bad Luck and Trouble, also provides a more expansive plot that feels more suited to a television series format. While Die Trying is largely centered on a kidnapping scenario that evolves into a militia-driven standoff, Bad Luck and Trouble unfolds across multiple locations and involves a more intricate conspiracy. Reacher and his former comrades are pulled into a web of betrayal, corruption, and revenge, making for a thrilling and dynamic story that can be easily adapted into multiple episodes. Moreover, Bad Luck and Trouble introduces a team dynamic that shifts the focus slightly away from Reacher being a lone operator. The group of former military colleagues adds layers of intrigue, as each character brings their own set of skills and history with Reacher into the mix. This allows the show to explore new character dynamics, offering more opportunities for nuanced storytelling. It also breaks up the potential monotony of having Reacher consistently working alone, which could risk becoming formulaic if repeated season after season. A strategy for the long term from a broader perspective, choosing to adapt Bad Luck and Trouble over Die Trying may also be part of a long-term strategy to sustain interest in the series. With over 20 novels in the Jack Reacher series, the showrunners likely want to avoid a predictable pattern of adapting each book in order. By skipping around in the timeline, the series maintains an element of surprise for viewers, both for those familiar with the books and for newcomers. This approach also allows the creative team to select stories that are best suited for television, rather than being constrained by the chronological order of the novels. It's worth noting that the Reacher novels, while loosely connected by the central character, often function as standalone stories. Each book follows a different case or